I remember Cheryl Simon on Lennox Island at Fisherman's Pride, but we're upstairs
Yes.
in the arts, fine arts production part of
Yeah.
the operation. Cheryl, tell us when you got started in the Aboriginal arts work.
I think it was probably around 2007 because the quill work has always spoken to me. I've always wanted to learn how to do it, and so that was probably when I came home that I decided it was time to learn how to do it.
And you've also been learning the Mi'kmaq language.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting pretty good at it.
Yeah, I'm getting better. Because what happened was I had children, and when I realized they were learning to speak, they weren't learning any Mi'kmaq. So that was the incentive for me to start doing it. So it's all kind of wrapped up too with teaching my kids the language, the bark, how to harvest, how to make the art. To me, it's all interconnected.
And the traditions.
And the traditions.
And now you're finding and taking it out into a business with creating the artwork, employing people, selling it. So how many people would be involved as of now in the enterprise?
Well, I have 3 apprentices this summer. I had another apprentice last summer. So the goal is to get a community of quill workers to build up, because when I started my business, I realized that I would never as one person be able to meet the supply. I mean, the demand rather. It was too much. So in order to grow the business, I needed to get more people involved with it.
That's great. And what do you call the business?
It's the Mi'kmaq Artisans of Lennox Island, so Mali.
Mali. That's
Yeah.
great. And that has another kind of a meaning, the acronym Mali, does it, when you say it in the Mi'kmaq language?
Because the Mi'kmaq, it's Mali, right? It's that oomph, the wow factor with it, right?
And you would use it like the way young people would say awesome today, is it?
Or more like oh my God, right? Like yeah, it's that way.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And this has also involved digging back into some of the traditional stylings or designs.
Well, as you would call it, the classic Mi'kmaq tradition of artwork. So it's based on the stuff from probably like it started in the 1600s, 1700s, and that was done at that time strictly for business purposes. So as an entrepreneur, it's actually revitalizing a business model that's been around since the 1600s.
That's fantastic. And now you're producing quite a volume, but still it's a challenge to keep up with the amount that you could sell.
Absolutely, and that's why it was lucky that Lennox Island Development Corporation got involved to help with that part of it, because like I said, I could not keep up with the demand.
Fantastic. And then there's also an element here of ensuring that people, the community, your customers appreciate this as fine art.
Yes, absolutely. It was because on the East Coast we haven't had a lot of Aboriginal art viewed as fine art. On the West Coast and up north, I think it's much more prevalent. But here, it's to get people to see and understand what goes into these pieces, and it's art.
Great. And we had a beautiful day today harvesting, which is an exceptional, once in a lifetime experience for me to have this beautiful bark and to see the process of honoring the tree and then having the bark almost speak to you as it kind of lifts itself.
To me, it's a magical process, and every time I do it, it moves me, and I'm really glad you're able to come, because I think more people need to see it.
Well, we really appreciate the chance to be on it directly. Look forward to an amazing piece of artwork that I know is coming.
Yes.
And we must talk about the quills. We almost got through
Right.
it. Because that's a fabulous thing in itself. It's like a renewable art.
Yes.
So tell us where the quill, how you harvest the quills.
Well, the quills actually usually come from roadkill, because you can get them off a live animal, but there's just so much roadkill available in the spring. So whenever anybody's across, we pick up the animal and we pluck the quills from it.
And each porcupine would have thousands.
Thousands. They say around 30,000 quills per animal.
And then dyeing, there's a real craft or a real expertise in doing that as well.
Yeah, it's because each animal is different. All of their quills act differently, and it's to know how to use the dyes to get those rich, vibrant colors.
Great. Well, it's amazing how you take something that most people would regard as just a complete lost resource and turn it into something that's exceptional and fine the way you're doing it.
And that's what makes the business so wonderful, because the overhead is so low, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like the materials are coming right off the land.
Great. Well, it's great to be here and to see this, and of course to look forward to what will come from it. Well, Alan.
Excellent. Oh, excellent.